event, why can't we do a commercial or advertisement, for our liquor? You're selling it to the people that's there, so you might as well sell it to the people that's watching. Now, me, I'm not a guy, I don't drink, I can count on one hand how many drinks I had, and probably half of those somebody made me do it. So I'm not a drinker, so I don't know how smooth it tastes or anything like that, or some of the names or whatever that some of these liquor companies are. But I do see where when someone is trying to use an opportunity to make more money. And this goes to even with the advertisements that they're going to have the patches on the jerseys and everything. They have to do something for income. You can't just totally depend on TV contracts and all that stuff, because some of that may be going away. If people start streaming and they start watching these games more on stuff like Twitter, Facebook, Periscope, whatever that you want to, call it, so they can watch it on the go, and they're not sitting in front of a TV necessarily to watch it, then you have to change with the times. And this is what they're doing. Now, with that change, I'm going to say it once again. They need to start letting these players take their helmets off on the field. Nothing's wrong with taking your helmet off after a touchdown. Market. You got to market, because guess what? You never know what you could sell. Look how the NBA does it. James Harden. I use him as a prime example. He's known for his beard. What do you see at the whatever you call it, basketball stores, at the game? You can buy a James Harden beard. Who's making money off that? The teams. Goggles. James Worthy or even back in the day, Eric Dickerson. He had goggles. People used to buy those goggles. Here's an opportunity. How many people do you think would try? How many people do you think would try or buy in New York a Odell Beckham wig that was a blonde stripe in the middle? You could probably make a killing off that. Let him take his helmet off. Oh, do his Michael Jackson dance when he scored a touchdown. Whatever. Not, in the play where you get a first down and all that stuff. No, not that. But give them the opportunity to market themselves, so then you also get an opportunity to market that player. But guess what? Maybe someone overseas see that and they say, hey, I'm going to watch football now because of that guy. Because guess what? I can see his face. I know what he looks like. So NFL, don't be surprised if you start seeing some of these guidelines or whatever they used to do, hard rules or whatever, start changing. It start changing. So, let me go back in the chat and see. Actually, before I go back in the chat, let me go and give you an update of the game. So the game has gotten close, and this right now, Cleveland is making a push. It's 46-45, a little bit less than 6 minutes in the game. Might be a little bit less, but remember, at the end of the first quarter, it was 39 points. So they've only scored. Golden State has only scored 7 points, so far in the second quarter. This is what the Cleveland Cavaliers need, but they need to get a lead. They need to do something about it. And this is where I think they're going to make their run to try and get this game and be 2-1. But Big L said, damn, Victor hate KD, so that's deep. Sluggo said J.R. Smith needs to sit his ass down somewhere and get his mind right. Brian Hill saying shouts out to Sluggo. Big L said, Sluggo, I can play better than J.R. Smith, and Victor Howard should be hated. That Big L agrees with Victor Morrow about Howard should be hated. I saw someone in here talking about me, and I'll get to that in just a second. Cleveland defense is holding up nicely this quarter, so Sluggo is basically talking about what I was saying, that they only scored, Golden State so far has scored 7 points from what I see. Here it is. Big L told me, he said, Jelani, Long Island iced tea. Try it, bro. Now, Big L, I will tell you, I have had a Long Island iced tea. Actually, I've had a Long Island iced tea twice. Not 2 times in one night, but twice. And it's it it makes its mark. How about we just say that? I only drank one, so I felt the power of what the Long Island iced tea is capable of. So I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with that. Because y'all not finna get me doing some stupid stuff. Lopan is there and everything. And Lopan, he a hard drinker. And then Lopan trying to get me all, liquored up and everything. And then next thing it's hangover, 54, No, Lopan, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Someone has to drive you home and someone has to be sensible, in this partnership that we got. So you need to cut out the drinks, but if you're going to be drinking, I need to be the guy that's making the decision. So Lopan, chill with it. But we're going to move on to our next topic. We actually got 2 more topics, and then we're going to go ahead and step up out of here, let everybody finish up with the game. But today was an opportunity for Lonzo Ball. He had his workout with the Lakers, so this has been the talk all along of that this is the team that they want to play for. And when I say we, him and his father, LeVar, and this is the team that, how can I say, has a big decision. I think they like Lonzo, but they want to be smart about this too. This decision here will get the ball rolling for their future, for whatever happens, with the Lakers. And they know that they need a point guard, and it's a lot of point guards that's in the NBA draft. So you want to try and get this right. But during the workout, the Lakers decided not to have LeVar Ball during the workout. I think this is really smart. I don't know if they did this, for all workouts or, in the past or whatever. But at least, for this point, right now, I think that's a smart move. Here's the thing. He's at a job interview. Let's just say that. There's only one person that needs to be at the interview. You can't answer any questions for him. You can't speak for him. So you don't need to be there. The other thing is, last thing you want is him going out, and I mean LeVar, because Lonzo's not going to say anything, but the last thing you want is LeVar to go out there on another show because someone's going to have him on the show. And they're even going to have him now, even though he wasn't there, at the workout. But you don't want him out there saying anything crazy. You don't want him out there at the workout probably talking, which I don't think he would do that. I think he still will be respectful of these people's jobs, of what they got to do. But you don't want the distraction. And here's the thing. We're paying your son. We're not paying you. So we don't need you right now. So I think this was a good look to go ahead, tell LeVar, fall back, sit back, watch some TV or something like that. And after we're done with the workout, then, hey, it's good. It's not like LeVar was going to be leading the workout or anything like that. He doesn't need to be sitting there on the sideline or I don't think Lonzo is going to get nervous or anything like that. Like that's not going to, impact his performance or anything like that. But as far as just like the circus that could happen after the workout and what other media outlets are waiting on, yeah, let's avoid that. Because now you avoid having to have that conversation as far as like what happened with, Magic and LeVar, or Rob Pelinka and LeVar, or Luke Walton and LeVar, or anybody else that was in there. They get a good idea of what this kid can do. Is it what they want, or do they want to go in a different direction? Because right now, reports are out there, maybe this is just, smoke and mirrors and all this stuff, is that they are not 100% sold on, Alonzo at this point, which they shouldn't be. It's still about 2-3 weeks to make a decision. You gather all the information and figure out what's going to be the best thing. But the best thing was that LeVar was not there for everybody, even for LeVar. He may not feel it. Now, the surprising thing was, and maybe it's not a quote-unquote basketball shoe, but they said Lonzo didn't wear his shoe during the workout, Was it needed? No. But, well, them bad boys cost $495. Maybe they was thinking like, I'm trying to sell all of these, bro. I ain't just trying to wear them out. So maybe that's what they were thinking. But good luck to Lonzo, man, because whatever he does, he's going to be, the magnifying glass is going to be on him wherever he goes, on it. But before I finish this up, and you listen to the Wait a Minute show with your host, Jelani JB Bodie, but I wanted to bring up an Isaiah Thomas, story. So, and the reason I'm bringing up Isaiah Thomas, because this kind of ties in a little bit to the Lonzo Ball situation, because people were talking about that Lonzo only want to work out for the Lakers and he didn't want to work out for the other teams. Well, that really doesn't matter because you got game footage, on this guy. So if you really want him, you're going to draft him. So if Boston really wants him, they'll draft him. If the Lakers don't want him, then someone else, will really draft him. So he doesn't have to work out, for the teams. And what I mean by that when I bring up Isaiah Thomas, for people who don't know, when Isaiah was coming out of the draft from Indiana, he wanted to play for another team. He did not want to play for the Detroit Pistons. He has said this himself. Came out of his mouth that he did not want to play for the Detroit Pistons. And he said he did everything. And he actually met with him. So he could have just said, nah, I'm not working out or whatever. But he tried to do everything he could to turn them off from drafting him. And Jack McCloskey, RIP Jack McCloskey, he just passed away, former general manager of the Detroit Pistons, pointed out and told Isaiah, he said, I don't care what you do. We're drafting you if you're there. And it could be that situation, with some of these other teams, so just be on the lookout. Lonzo may not go to the Lakers. I don't want to say he'll go to the Celtics because I really don't think the Celtics want Lonzo. But if you're not getting a workout, it doesn't matter because you still own the rights to him if you draft him. So, last thing I want to talk about, and like I said, I'll let you get on up out of here and get back to this Game 3 final so I can watch a little bit of it myself. It hurts me to say this, but again, it's my responsibility to point these things out. Devon House, if you haven't heard of him, he plays cornerback. He used to play for the Green Bay Packers. Went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did not work out. And he went back and signed with the Green Bay Packers. So this brother is in Minnesota. He's in Minnesota. I guess he missed his flight. He's trying to get to Green Bay. And he decides to go out on Twitter and basically ask for a ride, saying, can anybody take him to Green Bay? Well, just so happened, two brothers, and I mean biological brothers, if you will, but brothers, Chad and Mike Johnson, basically saw what he was posting on Twitter, and they coordinated with this guy, and they're big Green Bay Packer fans. They coordinated with Devon House, where one of the brothers picked him up from the airport because he didn't live that far from the Minnesota airport, and met up with his other brother, and they both rode in the middle of the night to Lambeau Field to drop off Devon House after he had missed his flight. Ladies and gentlemen, as much as I hate the Green Bay Packers, man, the one thing about that, they have some awesome fans, so I got to give it up to the Green Bay Packers fans. Kids, get in here and give it up for the Green Bay Packers fans. This guy, Chad and Mike Johnson, now, I would have been scared to death because I'm not putting on Twitter nothing about come pick me up. So this is just the world we live in where people trust folks, like that. So I can't say anything about that. But super fans, they picked this brother up, driving in the middle of the night, took him to Lambeau Field. Now, Devon, and this is the cool part about it. This is the real cool part about it, is that they were fans and they were really just trying to help him out. Devon, told him, hey, yo, I'll sign some stuff. And they were like, nah, man, just take a picture with us. And then that's it. And now Devon was like, nah, and deservedly so. These guys, drove in the middle of the night. I'm sure they probably had to be to work or whatever like that. But it's just like, it's an opportunity to spend some time with one of a team, a player from your favorite team, the team that you love. And he took them around Lambeau Field, gave him a bunch of gear, let them, touch the Lombardi trophy, take a picture in front of the Lombardi trophy. I don't know if he let him touch it, but He really rolled out the red carpet for these guys when he did not have to do that. And I point this out because, again, all of my shows I'm trying to leave